What up, folks? It's your pal, Coach Vino, and this is the Glass Half Full podcast where we turn setbacks into comebacks. Let's go.
Yo, 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 everybody goes through setbacks, but don't let these setbacks make you take a step back. Step back from the situation, put your brush down, envision the picture you're painting, because everybody goes through setbacks.
All right. Welcome back to the podcast. I am Coach Vino, the people's bartender, and your certified coach from the Boogie Down Bronx. So I hope everybody's well since the last time we hung out. I'm doing fantastic and really looking forward to talking to you guys about today's topic. And that topic is gratitude. You know, with Thanksgiving only a couple of days away, that's really kind of the topic, right? Everyone's talking about gratitude and thanks and whatnot. It's a very seasonal thing, like pumpkin pie and football, right? But what is real gratitude? Well, real gratitude is the kind that sticks with you long after the leftovers are gone. You know what I'm saying? You know, that's what gratitude is. It's a whole different story. See, gratitude isn't just about saying thank you. It's about how you see your life. It's about slowing down long enough to realize that even in the middle of the chaos, there's still something good. Something sacred, something worth holding on to. And I get it, because life can beat you up sometimes. You know, you might, right? Especially these days, you know, people struggling to pay the bills, you know, or you know, you're dealing with loss or you're feeling overlooked. You know, maybe you're just tired. You're just plain old tired. I know what that's like. I've been there. But gratitude doesn't ask you to ignore your problems. That's not what gratitude is. What gratitude does is it's asking you to see beyond them. It's like flashing a flashlight or shining a flashlight in a dark room. You might not see everything, but what you do see, you start to appreciate that. When you start practicing gratitude on a daily basis, not just during the holiday, you'll see things start to shift in you. You begin to realize that the things that you used to take for granted, whether it's your health, your family, just your breath, dude, you know, your morning coffee, they're not small things. They're actually everything. And the wild part is, the more grateful you become, the more abundance you start to notice in your life. Not because life suddenly gets easier, but because your perspective does. See, I think we live in a world that's constantly telling us that we don't have. It's always telling us, oh, you don't have enough of this, you don't have enough of that. You know, you scroll through social media for 5 minutes and it's like a highlight reel of what you've been missing, right? Of the best parts of life. The better house, the better job, the better body. Just a better life. But what gratitude does is gratitude flips all of that bullshit on its head. It says, nah, I'm good. I'm good right here. I've got something to be thankful for right now. And it quiets that voice of comparison that's in your head. And it lets you focus on what's real. And I'm not saying that this is easy to do, especially with all the noise out there. Okay? Being grateful when life's going your way, that's very simple to do. But being grateful when things are falling apart, let me tell you, that is growth. That's maturity, and that is character. You know, you ever notice how some of the most grounded, peaceful people you meet, they're not the ones with perfect lives. They're the ones who have been through some shit. They've seen loss, they've struggled. But what they did too is they learned to find light in the cracks. Gratitude is their secret weapon. So as Thanksgiving approaches, I want you to challenge yourself to make gratitude more than just a word that you toss around at the dinner table right now with a big turkey leg in your hand. You know what I'm saying? Make it a practice. When you wake up in the morning, before you check your phone or turn on the news, scroll into social media, take 30 seconds. Just 30 seconds. I'm telling you, it's not going to take that long. and name 3 things that you're grateful for. I do this every single day. Okay? My daughter, my wife, my health, my job, my parents, I just go through, boom. Okay? It doesn't even have to be that deep. It could be, your kids' laughter, the smell of the morning coffee. Just the fact that you woke up today. Because somewhere somebody did not. And here's the thing, gratitude isn't just about appreciating what's outside of you. It's also appreciating you. So many of us are quick to give thanks for our blessings, but forget to include ourselves in that list. Why should you include yourself? Because you've overcome things that you never thought you'd survive. You've grown, you've evolved. You pushed through the kind of days that would have broken a weaker version of you. You deserve your own appreciation, bro. I do it all the time. I am so grateful that through all the shit I've been through, I found a way to persevere. And I will continue to do so. So be thankful for your resilience. Be thankful for your heart. Be thankful for the version of yourself that didn't quit when things got hard. Because when you start honoring yourself, then you'll stop chasing validation from everyone else. Okay? You stop trying to prove your worth. Because you realize you already had it. Gratitude makes you more grounded. And it connects you to the present moment. And at the present, let me tell you something, that's where peace lives. Peace does not live in yesterday's regrets or tomorrow's worries. It lives right here, right now, in this moment. Just sitting here right now, listening to this podcast. Relaxed. This is gratitude, my friend. So as you sit down this Thanksgiving, whether you're surrounded by family or you're flying solo with a plate of leftovers, take a moment to look around and look within. Acknowledge what's good, even if it's small, and let that gratitude expand. Because gratitude, doesn't change how you feel, it changes how you live. It opens doors that you didn't even know were locked. It brings joy where there used to be frustration. And it helps you fall in love again. Not just with your life, but with yourself. And you need to love yourself. Like a lot. So yeah, look, gratitude is very powerful. And not because it makes life perfect, but because it reminds you that even when life isn't perfect, it's still beautiful. And it's something to be grateful for. Well, folks, that's all I got for you guys today. I want to wish everyone a very happy Thanksgiving. And I thank you all very much for listening to the podcast. Putting this podcast together is a labor of love. It's hard sometimes to find the time to do it, but I do it because if I can affect just one person, then I feel grateful that I can change that one person's life. And maybe it's yours, or maybe it's someone that you share this with. As a matter of fact, if you enjoyed today's podcast, I'd appreciate if you left a review so you can help Coach Vino feed the hungry algorithm. Maybe some Thanksgiving leftovers. If you or someone you know might want to work with Coach Vino, you can visit my website, coachvinollc.com. You can also follow the podcast on social media where I share my thoughts in bite sizes, and it gives me an opportunity to directly interact with you guys, which I absolutely love. I can be found anywhere at Coach Vino Podcast. And remember, folks, if nobody else tells you, Coach Vino appreciates you. Happy Thanksgiving to you and yours. Cheers. Thoughts and express what I'm feeling in a hip-hop form. But I was born to succeed, so as long as I breathe, ain't nobody on this earth gonna crush my dreams.
Yo, this might be the end of the verse, but this is just the start of a new beginning.